Hey, it's me, Joey. Let's talk about all things K-drama and anime. I will recap, review, and react to some of the shows that I'm watching currently. So let's get into it. So currently, I just finished Tastefully Yours on Netflix. It is 10 episodes of enemies to lovers, slow burn romance, and family drama. Oh my goodness, so much drama. So, what I'm about to do, there are going to be some spoilers. So, if you haven't watched Tastefully Yours on Netflix, I will give you a minute to scroll on past because I am going to drop a couple of things that I liked and maybe one that I didn't like. All right, let's get going. So, the basic premise of this show is that there are two brothers who, of course, are fighting to own their company. The mom, oh my god, the mom is the drama creator in this show. um, Basically, she tells her boys that whoever gets 3 stars first in their restaurant, that they will take over the company. The problem comes in when you realize that the way they get their recipes is that they steal them from the smaller restaurants and then close the restaurants. Oh my goodness. The drama. So basically, they're on a fight, they're in a battle to try and figure out who can get 3 stars first. And the main character, he ends up at this small restaurant in, a small town. I can't even remember where the town is, but in this small town. And he finds this recipe that he wants because he believes it will get him the 3 stars that he needs. And of course, the main woman character owns the restaurant. And let's just say they don't get along. The banter is craziness, but her story, oh my goodness, the character development that could have happened. So, this is my I didn't like piece. The character development for her, what could have been, I'm going to say was, but could have been so much better. Her story was a small part of an episode, but so so crazy, um that you understand her more. Even just the small piece that they showed, you will understand her character more as you go along through the show. However, I wish there was more. I wanted to know more. I wanted to see more because it went from 0 to 70 real quick. And it's not like it's not like drugs, or it's not like anything like she lived in the street or anything like that, but her story in general just provided a whole lot more backstory to the reason why she is the way that she is, and the reason that her recipes are so good. Oh my goodness. Please watch it. If you haven't seen it, please watch it because her story alone was enough for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna finish this entire series, because initially I was like, okay, this is a little slow, but I'm gonna keep watching because I'm committed and I must watch until the end. And actually, I'm glad that I watched until the end because the family drama causes this huge craziness. Because of course he goes there to steal the recipe, and even though they don't get along, they do end up enjoying each other's company. And just like any K drama, it the full circle. So the craziness of the other family members or the other people from his business coming to basically make sure that he steals a recipe causes chaotic craziness, right? And all I'm going to say is, I even watching it, I even was like, what? That's just insane. But really good story. So, again, I continued watching it. The slow burn is slow. So if you're one of those, like, let's get to the romance really quickly, I mean, there are bits and pieces of it, but the main character, the main man character and the main woman character, their relationship doesn't come to a head until like almost the last episode. So slow burn, but worth it. Slow burn, but worth it. The end scene. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I don't want to explain it, even though I've given you some spoilers. I don't want to spoil the end scene. But if you haven't watched Weak Hero on Netflix, then you won't understand. But if you watched Weak Hero on Netflix, this last scene of this show, I literally jumped out of my seat. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was ecstatic. Just know it was great for me. I have not done the Weak Hero recap, review, or reaction yet, but I will because there's 2 seasons, and I definitely want to do a deep dive into that because there are some scenes in there that threw me off, and there were some parts in there that had me confused and had me like throwing up in my mouth. So, Week Hero 1 and 2 coming soon. Tastefully Yours was amazing. Make sure you watch it if you haven't. If you have, let me know what you thought about what I've just talked about. Definitely about the slow burn, because to me that was so slow. But the rest of it, it was definitely traditional K drama. I will say the food, the dishes, the way they explained them, the way they made them, the recipes was exquisite. Like, I mean, I definitely feel like, I mean, obviously the title of the show is called Tastefully Yours, so you know that there's going to be food in the story, but they did take their time in providing you with the true essence of those dishes, and I think that that was probably really good, especially for foodies. But me, I was watching for the slow burn, the romance, and also just like the drama, right? So we all watch them for the drama. But it was a really good show. I watched all 10 episodes. Probably I actually watched it week by week because it did come out on Netflix, one episode every week, which I usually don't do. I usually will wait until the end and then binge watch the entire show. Which is usually my way of doing things because it's just easier to follow the story when you binge watch it. I just love binge watching. But this show I actually did watch week by week. And there's another one I did watch week by week that was on Netflix. So these two I watched in tandem at the same time, week by week, and they were really good. So if you've watched it, let me know in the comments what you thought. If you haven't, check it out. Even though I did give spoilers, it wasn't the full story. There's still a lot to see. The food, obviously, the main woman's character's background, amazing. The tension between the two brothers, craziness. The mom. If you do like drama, you will love the mom. I did not like the mom, but if you love the drama part of this, you'll love the mom in this show. But yeah, it's a really good show. So check it out.